This is the Motorola ROKR Z6. It may look like the Riser Z3 that you've seen on T-Mobile recently. And from the outside, the only difference is the music icon, because this is all about the rock. But on the inside, this is a completely different phone. And by inside, we don't mean what's under the slide. We mean the software and the processor, the guts. On the front of the Z6 is a bright QVGA display and a rather standard navigation pad with two soft keys, a send and end key, the shortcut to the music player, a clear key, and a D-pad. Although it looks standard, it turns out that this is actually fairly cramped. As you can see, I can fit my entire thumb over the D-pad. This means that when I'm trying to hit a direction, the majority of my thumb is actually off the D-pad, not on it. I found myself hitting the clear key or the music key by accident when going right or left. This isn't a problem when going up or down since there are no keys above or below the D-pad. In addition, the clear key is so cramped that if you hit it continuously, like you're trying to erase a word, you wind up hitting the end key by accident quite often. I'll show you that later when I'm composing a text message. Beneath the slide is a numeric keypad reminiscent of the one from the original Razr. It's rather wide and roomy. On the left are volume keys and a shortcut that you can customize. On the right is the USB port, which also has to be used for headphones if you're using plug-in headphones, the camera button, and a voice dialing button that currently is not activated because the software on this model is not yet final. On the back is a 2-megapixel camera and a flash. The Z6 is Motorola's first phone for the US that runs the new Linux Java operating system. We first previewed this on the ROKR E2, however that was an early version. Things haven't changed that much. However, the new options menu, one of the things that sets this new operating system apart from previous Synergy operating system, has changed slightly. It still has shortcuts for many common tasks, but missing is a shortcut to turn Bluetooth on and off easily. Pressing the music key brings up the music player, although pressing it again does not hide the music player like it does on some Walkman phones and phones from other manufacturers. You can sort your music by song name, artist, album, etc. However, when you go in and sort, no matter how you sort, everything comes up in alphabetical order, not by track order. So you'll have to create playlists with your track order. If we start the music playing, we can hit back until we get back out to the home screen, and you can see there's a home screen player, and we can do all sorts of other tasks while this is playing. Let's go in and start a new message so that you can see what we were talking about earlier with the clear key and the end key. If we start a new message and start typing phone scoop, and decide that we wanted to type something other than scoop, and start pressing clear, I'm going to zoom out so you can see what I'm doing here, and start pressing clear, oh, we're already back out to the home screen and the music player stopped. That's because we wound up hitting the end key instead of the clear key too many times. I'll zoom back in so you can see what was really going on. So as we were erasing, we slipped and hit the end key, which brings up this dialog. And if you don't respond to this dialog by pressing the soft key for no, then you automatically exit out and go to the home screen. Of course, If you're hitting the clear key a lot to erase a word, then you quickly fly through that dialog and you wind up back here without even knowing what happened. Be careful of that. Although the Z6's responsiveness works against it in this one case, it works for the phone in so many other cases. For example, the camera starts up incredibly fast. It's got a very fast browser that starts up quickly and is capable of visiting desktop HTML sites. And the whole thing is just a generally zippy experience. We don't know which carrier will be selling the Z6 yet, but we do know it's expected out in the US later this year, as is the Razr 2 V8, which also runs this same operating system in a slightly more updated Razr form factor.